What is up, everybody? Con here once again. We're at the back of Under the Big Top doing more arcade maintenance. This time we're going to be taking a look at my Dance Dance Revolution arcade machine. We're going to be doing a few things to it today. One of the big things is we're going to be taking out all the fluorescent lighting inside of each of the panels, and we're going to be installing these little LED strips inside. You might be thinking, there's only 4 LEDs on here, it can't make that much of a difference, can it? And I can assure you, yes, it really does make a huge difference, but I'll be showing you guys that in a second. First thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at how to actually put in each of these things by taking out the fluorescent lights and then splicing and adding these guys inside. So come along with me and I'll show you guys each of the steps so you can do it to your own DDR arcade machine. Okay guys, so I'm going to be showing you how to put in the LEDs inside of your Dance Dance Revolution pads. First thing you're going to want to do is you're going to need a few different types of screwdrivers. One's going to need to be pretty small, the other one is going to be quite a bit bigger, but I'll show you what you need to do on the inside of one of my panels. So as you can see in my first panel here, I have a broken fluorescent light, so that's one of the reasons you might want to be doing this project is to replace broken fluorescent lights. You can just get rid of all of them altogether. It makes it a lot easier. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking out this wooden piece here and this plastic around the outside, clean out the inside, and then we're going to attach the LED to the wiring that's already in here. So it's going to be pretty straightforward because everything we need is pretty much inside this panel besides the LED strip itself. So let's go ahead and get into it. To start off, we're going to take off this plastic here. The plastic is kind of a bitch to get off. Let me go grab a screwdriver here. It's going to be right over here. Now, the reason why I say it's a little bit of a bitch to get off is because some of this wiring here will get sort of in your way. You're going to want to watch the wiring there, and you're going to want to start unscrewing around the outside. You're going to need to do this several times. I believe there's 5 on each of these like little boards here. So you're going to need to take out all 5. There's 2. One side has 2, the other sides have 1. So this side had the 2, 1, 1, 1. That makes it a little bit easier for you. No second guessing where the 5th one is. Oh yeah, this panel's really dirty. Okay, you can see the screw, there's so much dirt on it. Got that. Yeah, and then, like I said before, some of the wiring might get in your way a little bit. Like right there, there's a little bit of a wire kind of stuck in the way. So, now we can take off the plastic piece now that I got all 5 screws out. And as you can see, before you take it out, you need to unplug this cable here. Be careful not to cut this cable yet. You're going to need it to put in the LED little panel thing. So we can throw that out now. We're done with that. And now we're going to need to take out these 4 screws here. Now what I've done to all my panels on the one side is I've taken out this wooden board here. I'm just going to throw it out or sell it with these things on them, because if you clean this out and then you put the LED on it, I think it looks a million times better, to be honest, and this dirt just doesn't collect at the bottom like it does here, and it's just a lot easier to clean out that way. So we're going to take that out. Now these have been sort of a pain for me to get out. I do recommend you have a drill to get these out, because I've had 3 of them get stuck on me while I was unscrewing them by hand. So having a drill nearby is going to be really handy for you. Go ahead and put that in. Okay, we got 1 out. That's 2. I think I lost my screw. Might have fallen through the pad here. Oh, nope, there it is. Put that over here. Okay, number 3. And number 4. I need my screwdriver in there. Now when you are drilling this out, you need to be very careful because I drilled out one on my other panel here, and what I did, I completely destroyed one of the fluorescent lamps. And if you want to sell these to kind of make back the money of kind of replacing the LEDs with them, you're going to want to be very, very careful. So now we're going to need to take out this whole wooden board here. And it's quite a bit tricky to get this out sometimes because of the wiring all around it, but just play with it a little bit, you should be able to get it out. I probably need to play with it a little bit myself here. See, like, got some things getting stuck in the way. Eventually you should be able to just pull this up and then they'll pop out. We're stuck on something. Looks like the screw on the side here. There we go. Okay. So now you can put this on the side. We are not going to be using it anymore. You're not going to be putting that piece of wood back into this panel at all. And as you can see, we have the panel here. It is kind of dirty on the bottom, as you can see. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a vacuum this out. Then I'm going to grab a towel with Windex on it and clean out the entire bottom here. So it looks like really, really white. So let me go grab my vacuum here and we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so that looks a million times cleaner already, but we're going to go one step further. Like I said before, we're going to go grab a towel and some Windex and clean it up just a little bit extra so it looks that much more shiny. So go ahead and spray your towel a few times. Go ahead and clean out the bottom here. You might not be thinking you're getting too much out of this by doing it because you can't really see that well, but rest assured you are picking stuff up, as you can see. Especially on the outsides here, that's where it's going to be the dirtiest. As much of that as you can. Yeah, it looks a lot better. Okay, so as you can see, we picked up quite a bit of dirt there from that panel. You can throw that out now. And what we're going to do here is we are going to be taking this connector off. And that's going to be where we're going to be plugging in the LED panel, or the LED strip to. So we'll go ahead and cut that. Just like that. Not hard at all. And then we're going to need to grab your strippers, and we're going to need to strip these down so you can connect your little LED strip to it. So we'll go ahead and do that. I like to give myself some extra length. I think that makes it a little bit easier. So a lot of people like to come short. Doesn't that matter? Whatever works for you, really. There we go. So go ahead and kind of twist those up there so they stay straight. Do that to this one. There we go. Okay, and then you're going to want to grab your LED strip here. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to need to take this end. You're going to need to cut down a little bit, so there are two separate wires like that. So we'll go ahead and do that. It's really easy. Just kind of push down on it at the end a little bit. And you should be able to kind of push them apart just like that. And then you're going to need to do the same thing as you did before. And you strip these down. My strippers are very, very worn, and they're not very good anymore, unfortunately. But we'll get it here. Yeah, my strippers are not very good at all. There we go. Now we've got to do the other side. Okay, so now what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to connect the wires to your little LED strip here. Now, before you do that, you're going to want to take a look at the LED strip and kind of figure out which one is positive, which one is negative. On the DDR side, the orange wire is the positive and the white is the negative. On here, let's see. Depending which way you look at it, it's positive and negative. But here, when you look at it, there should be a positive and a negative here. If you got the exact same one as me, there's a few ways you can tell. This cable here with the little black stripe going down it without the words, that is negative. The other one is positive. You can also tell on this little strip here, it says positive and negative right on it, which is usually the dead giveaway. That's how I knew which one goes where. But you're going to need to connect this to here. It's not hard at all. So my positive is going to go to orange. Just like that. We're going to tie them together. Just like so. And then you're going to need to do it to the negative. Okay. So now they're connected, so technically if you were to turn on the machine and test this panel, it would light up. But my machine is off at the moment. I'm not going to boot it and have you guys wait around. So we're going to go ahead and tape this up and then we're going to go check it on a separate video, separate clip. So grab some electric tape and put that on there. So bend it this way a little bit. That guy on there. Twist it around. Now this is a little bit ghetto, obviously. If you want to, you could use quick disconnects. You could use quite a few different things, but I'm kind of lazy, so I'm just going to do electric tape here. And the second wire here. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit extra to the other cable here. Let's see. This orange one. Just want to make sure it's completely enclosed. It's a lot better. Okay, so now you're going to want to make sure this gets in there as center as possible. So we're going to go ahead and take off this back piece of the tape here and try to place it in the center. Don't push it down all the way, by the way. Just you want to put it in kind of near the middle and kind of see if that looks okay. Like, that looks kind of in the middle. Wow, I actually think I got that pretty spot on. Yeah, you know what? That looks actually pretty good. If anything, it's too high up. So move it back a little bit here. So yeah, I barely pushed down on it. It wants to stick already to there. I think that looks a little bit better. Don't be afraid to play around with it and try to get the exact center. I get very paranoid about that. It needs to be perfect when I put it in. And see, now it looks too far down, so I gotta push it back up. Gonna have to go with one of them, Mark. And that looks pretty darn good to me. Let's see, it looks a little bit too far to the left though. So I'm gonna move it a little bit to the right. It looks center for the most part though. Oh yeah, that's spot on. So I'm gonna go ahead and push it on. Just like that. And that's really it. So you can go ahead and push these cables down and you should be good to go. So you can put on this panel here. And then we'll go ahead and turn on the machine, double check that this panel works, and then I can go ahead and start working on the other ones. Alright, so now we're at the lamp check screen on the DDR machine. We can check that panel now. We'll go to foot 2 player up. And as you can see, this guy lights up. And you can take it without the cover on here. It's really bright. It's not going to show up very well on camera, but that is like, oh, it hurts to look at it without the panel on it. It's very bright. So, put that back on, and it looks really good. So we're going to go ahead and do it to the other panels here. See? And there you go. Alright, so here's a before and after video for you. The left side has all the LEDs in place while the right side has kept the fluorescent lighting inside. The difference is as night as day. The left side is much brighter than the right side. There's also a few big benefits to putting in LEDs inside your pads. One of the reasons that you might want to do this is it just doesn't take up as much electricity as a fluorescent light does. The LEDs are also really nice because you don't really have to ever worry about replacing them. They're pretty hard to damage compared to the fluorescent tubes, but also the LEDs don't really burn out. Usually if you have to replace them, they're really low cost too. If you want to replace a fluorescent light for a DDR machine, it's going to cost quite a bit to do it, so you might as well just upgrade to LEDs while you can on the cheap. It's much easier than it sounds on paper, and I recommend if you own a DDR machine that you probably take on this project. So there you have it. Now you can go to your Dance Dance Revolution arcade machine and add LED lighting to each of your Dance Dance Revolution panels. Now, it's not a very expensive project to do at all. It cost me about $36 for all the LED strips I needed for the pads, and besides that, all you need is a stripper, a snipper, and electric tape, at the very, very least, to get your machine running with LED lights. I'm going to be doing a few more DDR arcade machine maintenance videos coming up in the next few days. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube page, and leave a comment down below if you'd like to see more. I will see you guys later.